What's going on? This is the Road to Restoration podcast. I'm your boy 33 Alonzo. This is my boy Young Millie. Probably gonna put his channel down in the description. So go ahead and subscribe to him.
Yes, sir.
All right. So today I think we're just gonna talk about. We're gonna start with talking about basketball, like the NBA. So me, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody be talking about LeBron James. So what do you think? Do you think LeBron is the greatest, or you think he's just the greatest of our generation?
Um, I think defining how great someone is, I feel like you have to go based off of their skill and not just like their rings and stuff. Because a lot of people want to say that Jordan is the best because of his rings. I think that Jordan is skillfully better than LeBron. But I just think that LeBron is just more dominant than Jordan. I think that he impacts a game. I feel like he impacts a game more than Jordan does, at least in this generation. And I just think that just overall, he's just a better defender, passer, and just stuff like that. Even though he doesn't got the rings, I feel like he is a better player than Jordan.
I mean, those are some good points. I say LeBron's probably the best overall player of all time because there's really nobody else that can I say there's nobody else that does almost everything great. He's good at scoring. He's probably might be the best passer ever. Good rebounder. But the thing about Jordan is that just sets him apart from everybody else. It's just that killer instinct, bro. That's why Kobe tried to master his game after him because there's literally no way he's always gonna find a way to win.
Yes.
No matter what it is. LeBron, I feel like sometimes LeBron just be too passive. And there's so many games I've seen, especially when he was in Miami, in the playoffs, bro, that dude would just be passing the ball off and just losing games that they should have won. And the other thing about Jordan, he's definitely a better defender because this dude won, I think it was 1988, he won Defensive Player of the Year and the scoring title in the same year.
He's cold.
Barely,
he's for sure cold.
Barely anybody's ever. I think there's two other people that done that.
Right.
So I think defensively he's better and offensively he's better. I say that LeBron definitely gets the edge in probably rebounds and assists because Jordan wasn't a playmaker, but he did play point guard for I forget how long it was. Maybe 20, 30 games. Mm-hmm. And I think he averaged a triple-double. So, he could do it if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But, I would say LeBron's probably a better, playmaker. But I think Jordan's just the overall winner. And I say, I'd rather have a winner on my team than a playmaker. I have no hate. And that's the other thing people don't get. Just because you say that Jordan's better, that doesn't mean you hate LeBron. I like LeBron.
Right.
There's some people that just hate LeBron for no reason.
If you're on Jordan's team, you're not going to get any shots. So...
Nah.
So it's a little trade-off. It's a trade-off.
That's fine. But Jordan, first of all, Jordan still elevated his teammates a little bit. I mean, he was talking a lot of trash, but they had the choice to stay on the team. They could have demanded a trade.
That's true.
But they stayed on the team because they wanted to get them chips.
Right.
LeBron be bringing people on the team, and then Kevin Love and Chris Bosh. That's a perfect example. They come on the team. Obviously, they have to take a lesser role, but their career literally took a hit. Chris Bosh hasn't been in the league since 2015. Kevin Love, that man's literally a shell of himself. He used to be the best power forward in the league.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know what happened.
Price to pay, I guess.
Kyrie too.
Yeah, Kyrie's just weird on that.
We don't talk about Kyrie though.
Right.
He's weird now.
Man, it's a burning sage.
Right.
Nah. But I say my other question was do you think LeBron has anything left to prove? In his career, do you think he can ever reach GOAT status, be the best ever, no debate?
Does he have any more to prove? I'd say no, just because I feel the last thing that he had to prove was that he could win basically not by himself, but not with a super team because he went to Miami with Chris Bosh and D Wade, came back to Cleveland and won a title there, and I think that's when he really proved himself, and he had nothing left to prove at that point.
But he didn't have a super team on there though.
I mean, he had Kyrie and Kevin Love, but that's not really a super team in my opinion. Because I mean, we could argue the fact that Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman was a super team.
That's a little bit different because they got drafted there. This man LeBron's recruiting people.
I mean, but Kyrie got drafted.
Football coach.
Didn't Kyrie get drafted?
Yeah, Kyrie got drafted, but Kevin Love didn't. And then he ended up Like they literally drafted Andrew Wiggins. He never even got to play because LeBron traded him as soon as he got there. I'm like, dang. So,
I don't know. What do you think? Because I don't think he has anything left to prove.
I think I think he doesn't have anything left to prove in the terms of like, I don't think he can really prove anything else in my opinion because no matter how many rings he won, I mean, he's still, what is he like, 4-10?
Something like that.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you lost all the finals. I mean, I get it. Like, the Warriors ones, I get that. Like, KD and them,
Yeah.
I understand that. But the Mavs, when he lost to the Mavs, bro, and he choked, bro, he was averaging like 16 points a game. Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, that would never happen to LeBron or Kobe. Stuff like
you mean
that.
Kobe or Jordan?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, Kobe or Jordan, like, that wouldn't happen. Even other stars, that wouldn't happen to a lot of the greats. And then one of those Spurs, I forget if it was, I think it was the year before I left. I think it was 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
When they lost that, I think that was the finals that he got the cramps. And I was just like, I mean, I get it. Like, cramps is kind of big, but it's just like, I don't know. It looked kind of soft. I mean, that is like, I guess that's like a big issue, I guess. But I don't know. Because, like, he was saying it was too hot in the arena.
Yeah.
And I was
kind of
like,
soft. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. But, I mean, he did, like, D-Wade was, like, on his last leg. And then Chris Bosh wasn't really giving him any help. So, I don't know. But then again, it's like that's the team that you chose. Because, like, I noticed that's a lot of things with LeBron. It's like you get the team that you want. And then when stuff doesn't go their way, then it's like, well, LeBron doesn't have any help. It's like, man, you created that team yourself.
Right.
It's like everywhere you went, you created those teams. So it's like that really falls on you.
He's doing the same thing in LA right now.
Right. So if it doesn't work out, that really falls on you because most of those moves, I guarantee that was mostly his decision. So it's like that's not anybody else's fault but yours.
Right.
So that's what I think about that. I guess I would say, like, what are your top 5 players, like, now, like, recent, and then your top 5 players, like, all time?
I think right now it's got to be like in order or just like no order.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be order.
All right, so I'd say LeBron, KD, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Giannis. I'd say.
Giannis, I say Bron for sure. KD, Giannis. I think I still put Kawhi in there. And then, wait, who did you say for your 5th?
I said Giannis for my 5th, but I had Kawhi, LeBron, KD.
Oh, you put
James
Harden.
Yeah.
I'm putting Steph, cause Steph, bro,
Yeah,
that
Steph.
man is a different animal. So I think I'm gonna put Steph 5th. Well, it's not in order, but he's definitely top 5.
Been balling out of his mind, but yeah.
Best shooter all time, like no debate. So I definitely put him there. So man, I guess this is like kind of a really broad topic, but I would say, like, are you like into fashion? Like, do you care about like really designer brands like Givenchy, like Louis Vuitton, stuff like that, or like not really?
Honestly, I'm not in that tax bracket yet, so I really can't worry about it even if I wanted to. But I mean, I like fashion. I definitely think that it's a big part of my culture or our culture, I guess. But no, I'm not really into like designer clothes and stuff. I like Nike, Adidas, True Religion, stuff like that. But none of that expensive stuff.
What would you say is like a staple of like fashion, like in the Black community, like a brand?
I don't really know. What would you say? I'm not really sure what
I would
staple of.
I would say Jordan. I say Jordan is definitely like a staple.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know. I would say Polo too, cause like every time like
Yeah.
a lot of time when Black folks got that little money, bro, they going to get that Polo.
Facts. Yeah.
So I say that. What else? I would say like some of the designer brands, cause like most of the time, most people who buy like designer brands like Gucci and stuff, they really can't afford it, but it's like mostly just a flex. So I would say Gucci was in there. I mean,
MCM too, honestly. Everyone's got the
Gucci,
MCM.
MCM. I mean, I don't really like Gucci that much. I mean, I'm not in that tax bracket either. But I mean, that's not something I would go for like off rip, but a lot of people buy that. So I would say that was in there for sure. Um, but I think like generally, I would say like that's like a big thing is like dressing. Like I feel like when I was growing up, like if you can dress or like you didn't have shoe game, like you was really getting like roasted on the daily.
Oh
Like
yeah, for sure.
so I feel like you had to be like on your 10 toes, like in terms of like dressing, like any of that. So
It wasn't really like that for me. I grew up in North Canton, so it's like it was a little different. Different. Because I really didn't really get into fashion until high school, to be honest. Because like I told you what I was wearing like in middle school and stuff like that. We're not gonna talk about that, but I really didn't get a taste for fashion until high school when it really mattered, honestly. Because like in preschool, kindergarten, middle school, it really doesn't matter. But high
yeah,
school is really where it matters. So I had to get my act together, but. Yeah.
yeah, I say I always knew about fashion because like my dad and like a lot of my family members like they're really into fashion. Like my one of my uncles like used to be buying like $1,000 suits, stuff like that. So like I always had like an eye for fashion. I say, but I didn't really learn how like really dress and stuff until I really got to high school. I say
Right.
like sophomore year then on. But like it was also hard because like I didn't have money like that, so like I just had to depend on my dad to get me a shoe. He always like pulled through, got me some heat, but
Right.
like I didn't get to buy my clothes and stuff, so I didn't really have my own style. I
Mm,
just had like whatever they got me. So
yeah.
that's like something like once I started getting a job, getting them checks, then I started like feeling out like what I wanted my style to be, and then I just went from there.
Right. Do you think that like now, do you think that like are you more worried about like comfort or are you more worried about like looking good now that you're like a
Well, I
college student?
mean, I think now it's a lot different in college because like when I was in high school, like I wasn't like spending back, like I wasn't spending my whole check on like clothes and shoes, but like I was spending more money on like shoes and clothes because I didn't
Right.
have to worry about tuition, I didn't have to worry about clothes
Yeah.
or food, I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff. So I was definitely spending more money. I say now I do like comfort more. That's why I said like I probably wear Yeezys over Jordans because Jordans like they look better, but Yeezys are just
They're
comfortable. Like
comfy. Yeah.
Adidas in general is more comfortable than Jordan.
Right.
Like I just think they're leaps and bounds ahead of Nike in terms of comfort. Like
Mm,
style, they're not leaps and bounds behind, but they're still behind because like I think Nike's just always gonna be there. I don't think anybody's ever gonna rise above Nike in terms
right.
of that aspect. But yeah, I definitely don't buy clothes and stuff as much. I don't buy. I say I buy more shoes than I buy clothes because I'm more into like clothes and fashion. I think than shoes because I don't know. I think it's easier to find like more clothes and stuff on sale and like for decent prices versus shoes. It's like
Yeah.
you, depending on what you want. Mostly if you're getting like Jordans or Yeezys, like you're gonna pay a top dollar no
Oh
matter
yeah, you're
what.
paying
So
resale for sure.
yeah. What do you think like in high school? Like was there ever somebody that like you looked up to like in terms of like what they're wearing like drip like oh I gotta get like them or I gotta get like him like type stuff.
Um, looked up to. I mean, I've stolen a couple of fit ideas, but I've really never looked up to anyone for fashion. Mostly it's just trial and error, cause like you gotta try something on, see if it's a good fit or not. If it's not, then you move on to the next thing. But yeah, I've really never had anyone that I've looked up to. I've mostly just tried to rock whatever I think looks good. What
Yeah.
about you?
I would say some like I would say some celebrities. I say my dad too, but like some celebrities like I used to like when I was a freshman, sophomore, like how ugly got dressed because I know y'all don't like that nigga, but I liked how he dressed because like he wasn't dressing like every other rapper
Right.
because like he could like just put stuff together and it didn't have to be like designer stuff. Like he was just wearing Adidas shorts, a shirt, and some Jordans.
Right.
So I like stuff like that. He would just wear like simple stuff, and then like he'd even put me on the stuff I've never seen. Like he was wearing some Raf Simons Adidas. I didn't even know what Raf Simons was until I saw that picture. He put me on the them Gucci Ace sneakers or whatever, like them low top sneakers. I didn't know what those were,
Right.
and like I started like copying like some of his style. Like I remember like he had like these ripped jeans, and like they weren't like regular ripped jeans, like they were like almost ripped all the way down. And I tried to find them for like ages, and I just could not find them.
Right.
So I remember like one day I tried to like do it myself, and like it turned out okay. But I feel like after wearing them for like a few days, like they just look like Freddy Krueger like clawed into them. So I was like, bro, like I'm not wearing these anymore.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I say definitely him. I would say some YouTubers. I say DDG. I saw some of his fits were clean.
Yeah.
Young Boy, a lot of his fits like he had on this one like polo yacht jacket that I liked, but it was $500, so I was like, that's not gonna happen. But
Yeah.
I definitely like that. So yeah, like a lot of I definitely look up to like certain rappers and stuff for fits, and like certain like I'll just see certain like fits and stuff on Instagram, and I'll be like, okay, I think I can do that, or I can do that, and then like sometimes I'll put like my own spin on it, cause a lot of the times, like I'll see like one thing, and then I can like put it together in my head, like I can wear that with these jeans or these pants, then these shoes,
Right.
and like that's how like I put it together. So like it usually works that way.
Right.
So that's what I do.
Okay.
I would say like I'm definitely not into like the fashion, like
What you
how they
mean?
be like work like walking the runway, like the kind of like runway outfits and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like I've never been into that. I feel like that's something that like when you're rich and you get a lot of money, I feel like that's something you're into. Or maybe I mean maybe not now, because I feel like a lot of people like now our age are into that, but I've never been into that. I feel like it's just most of that stuff is just like too much. Like it's just you're trying to do too much.
Yeah.
Like
Because a lot of those fits, like I can't see anyone wearing it, like just out in like,
in a
public.
regular setting, it
Yeah.
looks like it's just for pictures.
Right.
Like they be wearing like them long like parachute pants with like some dark boots. Like they look like Doc Martens, but they're like a shiny leather,
Yeah.
and like wearing like a sweater. Like it just seems like too abstract.
Right.
And it's like I don't know. I just feel like you're not wearing that in a public setting. So
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like nowadays a lot of people will buy a fit just for like an Instagram picture, and like they don't
Yeah.
actually wear it out in public.
Yeah, I was saying like I think I was telling my mom this the other day. I just think like Instagram is kind of like made it kind of dumb, like ridiculous, because it's like it almost feels like if you have on a fit and you don't take pictures of it, it's almost like you never wore it.
Right.
Like it's like you have to take a picture of it, you got to post it, or it's like people just think like you just never wore it.
Right.
Like some people I know that especially this one dude the other day, like just always looking at what somebody else is wearing, saying,
Right.
"Bro, you can't dress, bro. This, that." And like to me, like I think like I've always said dressing like to me like I'm the best dresser that I know, besides my dad. But like it just got to a point where it's like I don't look at anybody else like try to like look down on anybody else, because it's like number one, it's like it's not even that somebody can't dress, it's like everybody's not into that, so it's
Right.
like
Fashion is very subjective.
yeah, so it's like you can't just be making fun. I mean, if you have friends, cool, but like don't just be like making fun of somebody just because they got on like some Wrangler jeans or like some Skechers. Like it's kind of dumb,
Yeah.
because you don't want the clothes to make you want to make the clothes type stuff. Like you don't want to just be wearing stuff to feel like somebody. Like you don't be wearing designer shoes, designer clothes to feel like somebody. You should already feel like somebody. Like you should be able to walk outside with like a t-shirt, just like a plain t-shirt and some slides, and still having like dignity and respect for
Right.
yourself. That's what I think. But I think nowadays, like especially like a lot of dudes, especially like black guys, bro, it's like it's almost like a competition to see who can dress
Oh yeah,
better.
for sure.
It's like it's just, and it just gets ridiculous. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's just kind of ridiculous, man. Like I was talking to this one dude the other day, and like they'll always have like arguments about who can dress better, this and that. And I feel like, and this goes into like the saving money thing. Like once I got into like really like saving my money and trying to put into different things, it's like I can't spend all my money on shoes and clothes, because then I'm not gonna have like resources to do something else. Like if I want to do it, like invest in stocks,
I
do
feel
something
like
else, whatever the case may be.
I feel like nowadays, like people like that, like I feel like they're just dressing. They're not even dressing for themselves at that point. They're dressing to impress the next person or the next
Right.
girl, and like I don't know. I feel like that takes the fun out of like putting an outfit together. Like, cause when I put an outfit together, like I'm putting it on because I like it, not because
Right.
I'm trying to impress a girl or I'm
Right,
trying to impress the
right,
next dude. It's for me.
right. And that's how it always should be. Like, cause I remember like even when I was younger and I didn't have like social media and stuff, like there was just something about it when you had that first day of school fit, you had that clean fit on, you got
Right.
them shoes you just got the other day, and you walk into class like you're doing that. I mean, I say like I mean in school you're probably doing it like to be people would be like, ooh, look what he got on, but it was also
Right.
like cause you wanted to wear it too.
Right.
Cause that's why I be trying to check myself when I'm like, oh, cause when I get this, I don't be getting, oh, the female's gonna be on my team. But like, it's just like, just do it for yourself. That's why like, I'm glad that like when I was like in high school and stuff, I didn't just like spend a bunch of money on like some like designer pieces and stuff like I know I can't afford, but just getting it just because it's like it really doesn't matter because it's like you're not like in 20 years nobody's probably gonna remember that you wore that.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna not fit in anymore, and it's like it's just not worth it. Like instead of taking $700 and buying Balenciaga shoes, how about you just take $50, go get a North Face or not a North Face, some New Balance shoes, get a shirt like a whole outfit,
Right.
and then you can put some of that money in the bank or do something else with it. So you instead of just spending all your money on one thing, and then you got that one thing and no other money, so you just walking around in that, but like you really can't afford it. Cause like people that can't afford it, they don't trip about wearing it. That's why
Right,
like all the
right.
rappers and stuff, they just be wearing designer stuff because it don't matter because they can just buy another pair or
Right.
buy something else. So like you want to get to that point, I think, before you really like start splurging on that stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Because that makes sense.
My grandma used to tell me that like if you can't buy two of something, then you can't afford it. And
Yeah.
I've tried to live by that, but sometimes it'd be hard. But
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta save money. I mean, you're not gonna in 30 years, you're not gonna be dressing like a college student or a high schooler. You're gonna be dressing
Right,
like
that's what I'm saying.
a regular adult. So
And that's another thing. Like a lot of people try to joke on my swag. They be like, "Oh, you just like a dad, this and that." But the thing is, my fits are timeless. Like I wear stuff. I wear stuff. Most of my stuff I wear because I know I can probably wear that 20 years down the road because my fits are just like that. Like my outfit, like my clothing line and stuff. Not my clothing line, but like my wardrobe is like timeless. Like that's stuff that you can keep wearing. It's not gonna get old. Versus like all these people now, like I'll never like it's been in my head since I saw it. I saw this video on TikTok, and this one girl was like, "It's gonna be sad when all these like Jordan Retro 1s, 4s, the Dunks, like all that stuff is not gonna be in style, and then people are not even gonna know what to wear because it's like everybody just wears the same thing. It's like they're
Right.
clones,
yeah,
and it's almost like not drip anymore because they just keep overdoing it, and that's why
Right.
like I've always wanted to be different. Like if somebody got on this, I want to wear that. If somebody got on purple, I want to wear blue.
Right.
Like that's why you always want to be different. You always want to be like
just ride your
I
own
want to say
way.
one step ahead. But yeah, like ride your own wave. Like I remember like everybody was buying all the general releases that came out. I think it was my junior year. I think some ones. It was probably a bunch of ones that came out, some fours, and I ended up buying some 14s that came out during the summer because like, I barely see anybody had them. And they ended up looking fire with my fit, and then everybody was like, "Dang, where you get them from?"
Right.
I ain't seen them before. I was like, "Yeah." Versus wearing the shoes that just came out that everybody just bought at the mall, and then you just looking like everybody else.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. I think it's better to be different. I think it's more exciting because then like you have like it's kind of like the element of surprise. Like
Right.
there's something that you have that everybody else isn't gonna be wearing, so you're gonna stick out and you're gonna be different.
Right. Right.
But yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for today, y'all. If y'all enjoying the podcast, go ahead and leave a like. Go subscribe to my boy Young Millie, man.
Sir.
And we out of here, man.
Peace.
Peace.